Welcome to Staslussen. In this episode, we are taking a look at investigation missions and what kind of money can you actually make with these missions. For my ship, I have picked the Aegis Avenger, which is one of the best ships you can start out with. There's a lot of comfort having a big back door, or in this case a small back door you can open. Plus, the investigation missions can occasionally ask you to pick up a package from a certain location. So, there are several types of investigation missions. There are the general ones and the personal. The personal one usually involves a bit of fighting or just picking up some things, collect the stash. We're gonna do the general ones because those are less likely to involve you in any engagement. The searches are nice as well, but we're gonna focus on the investigations. We're gonna take the missing person one, which is the 18,000 AUEC. We are also going to take the search for missing crew. I don't think we need this one, but we're gonna take the investigate wreckage claim. Now, there is a good possibility that all of these things might be in the same location. The reason I ignored the missing person is because that one is in a cave. You can usually read out from the description. The cave missions ramp up a lot of time, and unless you plan to do some proper mining, you're probably gonna get a meager reward for a lot of time spent exploring a long cave. Now, we are here at the wreckage. We're gonna check the missions we have. We're gonna track these for a moment. We have something on another location, which is a good example that you can get unlucky. There's a chance of having all three missions in a single location, either somewhere in space, like I am right now, or somewhere on the ground in a wreckage. So, floating around somewhere in this garbage should be the person I am looking for. It's not likely gonna be the first guy right away. And you might also want to pay a little bit of attention to what kind of person you're dealing with. If you're looking for a pilot, he might be on the main deck. Chief engineer, somewhere in the engine room. In a wreckage like this, your target can even float in space. He might not be anywhere inside. But it is just important to have a little bit of a look around and be patient. Because it can take a while to find what you are looking for. Doesn't mean you will always find it. There is an equally good chance that you won't find all the crew members because occasionally the missions are bugged. But at least lately they seem to be working out for me. Now, and we are done. So we found this guy here in around 5 or so minutes. It did take a while, but it was the mission that paid 18k. So that's pretty good for 5 to 10 minutes. But problems are still more likely to appear in scenarios like this. The closest point I could fly to was 250 kilometers from this current location. Where is my next mission? Now, the ship is filled with the crew and the sun is going down, so this can be pretty bad for me. The reason this mission can be bad, finding the whole crew, you might not find all the personnel of the ship. Or you might just overlook some in a narrow corridor, which can cause quite a bit of problems. So, this mission of finding the crew and getting the black box can last around 10 minutes if you know where to look and what you are looking for. But it can also have a bit of a combat side to it. For example, this place is inhabited by several hostiles. Fortunately for this mission, there shouldn't be more than 2. One is usually down here and the other one is somewhere upstairs on the 2nd floor. The third one is usually kept clean, and there he is. And he should be... I was hoping him to die a little bit faster. So now we can pretty much focus on finding the crew. They aren't usually in the same locations on different ships, different planets, but hey, I'm gonna go over a few. The last guy was outside. This one is somewhere here. Yep, there he is. And most of them should actually be up on the 3rd floor. There's a lot of little places where the crew can be hidden. They might never appear in the same spots, and there are even some nooks that you might not even notice. The main thing to remember would be that there is usually 4, I think even 5 of the missing crew on the biggest wreckage of the biggest part of this wreckage. So most of them are hidden in, well, not really that complicated places, but you still need to look around. While looking for the crew, you can also stumble upon the black box. If you have a mission for it, it's just a good idea to pick it up and perhaps throw it out of the window or any of the broken doors. Now there is the 4th floor, which is just above this one. It's not too big and it seems to be more of a common area than any of these storage bases or engine parts. So you can do a little bit of parkour to get it up from here. Now doing so with the box probably isn't the smartest decision, so we're gonna leave it down here and we are gonna go up. There's actually 2 of these, one being behind me or on the right behind that sealed door, but we are not gonna go there because I know it is empty. You can actually even check it through the little bit of a broken door to my left here. So the last guy can always be a bit of a puzzle. You might think you missed a place, you might think you haven't checked the biggest or the bigger wreckage parts. You never know. Most of these are in this big part of the ship. You usually can find 1 or maybe 2 out on the a bit lesser wreckage parts, but most of this... Ooh, and here he is. I knew I forgot something. I'm telling you, there's little nooks and crooks that you really don't know about and where you find what you're looking for. So this mission that could have lasted easy 10 minutes if you know where to look and what to look for, lasted about extra 10 or so because I'm blind as a bat. One of the most annoying parts is still delivering this little black box to its destination, which usually is on Dessa Spaceport. If you know where to look and know what you're doing, this can go so much faster and you can get all 3 missions done in around 20 minutes. But for me it took around 30 to 35. I did find the missing crew, I did find the missing person, and I of course got the black box. So total combined 37,000 for around 35 minutes of my life. Now, if you're good, this can be done in 20 minutes and is pretty decent considering there is rather minimal amount of combat. In the long run, doing this for the money probably isn't worth it. The mercenary work, the bounty hunting, even cargo hauling, mining can pay off a lot better. But as a little bit of a break from all the combat and other tasks, this kind of investigation or exploration can be kind of fun. For the money, of course, there are so many other ways, but just for the fun of it, decent money for decent amount of time spent if you know what you're doing, unlike me. As a break from all the other tasks, the investigations can be fun, but for making huge piles of AUEC, it's just not sustainable. So this was it about the investigations, and I want to thank you all for watching.